Welcome back to Robert Morris University's live coverage of the 2012 presidential election presented by SCJ. I'm Patrick Ryan alongside Leah Fleischel, giving you minute-to-minute updates this evening during the 9 o'clock hour.
While I have the privilege of Patrick Ryan being here with me tonight on the news desk, earlier today he was out on the streets in the Pittsburgh area gathering opinions and feedback on the election. Let's take a look at what he found.
Because I feel like he's the right candidate for the job.
I voted for Barack Obama. I have a sense that President Obama, his social policy is something that I believe in. We're all in this together.
I voted for President Obama. The economy is improving. It's slow and steady.
I voted for President Obama. I think the economy is moving in the right direction.
For incumbent Barack Obama, his policies have helped the auto industry, which is something I'm big on.
What Romney's proposing economically could potentially be quite catastrophic. He's proposed no way to pay for the $7 trillion tax cut, nor has he proposed any plans to reduce the deficit.
My name is Elisa Lenhart. I'm the volunteer coordinator for Swickley Valley GOP, and I am definitely a Romney supporter.
My name is Sydney Campbell. I'm a Republican voting for Mitt Romney. I'm voting for Mitt Romney because our economy needs him. Barack Obama has not done a great job. He had a chance, and it's time for him to step down now and let Mitt Romney do his job.
I'm supporting the Romney-Ryan-Rothfuss-Smith ticket, and I'm supporting it because our country has not had a balanced budget for the past 4 years. I'm also concerned about the Benghazi episode, the Gulf spill. Now what's happening up in New Jersey isn't being taken care of. And there's just too much government spending. We're so far in debt. So I am for a balanced budget. I'm hoping that Mr. Romney, I believe, and Mr. Rothfuss are both problem solvers, and I think they can get the job done for us.
Those are some great finds out there in Pittsburgh. Pat, what can you tell us about what we didn't get to see in those short clips?
Yeah, Leah, it's definitely very interesting to see how much diversity there truly is in and around the Pittsburgh area. You saw in the video a number of people, Barack Obama supporters. You also saw a number of Mitt Romney supporters, and they each have very specific reasons. It seems like all the voters in the area are very informed and they know what they're doing. All the voters in this, like I said, in the area are definitely making very, very informed votes and decisions regarding this presidential election.
And speaking of being informed, as we know, there are many issues surrounding the election that help to decide how people would vote today. With more information on this is Chelsea Varela.
Hi everyone. A poll released by the Center for Information and Research on Civic Learning and Engagement found that the percentage of young people who said they were very likely to vote in tonight's presidential campaign rose almost 10 points last month. That number is compared to results from the same youth demographic from 4 years ago. The poll also says that 54.6% of young voters ages 18 to 29 said they were very or extremely likely to vote up, from 44% in July. According to the center's youth coordinator and researcher Abby Kisa, the proportion of young people who said they've been paying attention to the election rose from 56% in July to 71% in October. But those numbers are still down from 4 years ago. The Pew Research Center found that only 63% of young voters said they planned to vote in 2012, compared to 72% in 2008. Tonight's presidential election was expected to bring higher youth turnout at the polls today than in 2008. A U.S. Census current population survey shows 4 years ago there was a 47% voter turnout among 18 to 24-year-olds. Another census survey showed 77% of people with a bachelor's degree and 82.7% of people with advanced degrees voted in the 2008 election. The commissioner of Crescent Township and former Democratic Party leader Harriet Lewis says that college students are better informed, less prejudiced, and more accepting, but they must make the choice to vote. Social media has proven to be a popular tool for people to voice their political opinions and learn about the candidates leading up to tonight's election. But just how much an impact has it had on voting? According to a 2011 survey conducted by Digitas, 6 out of 10 social media users expect presidential candidates to have a social media presence, and just over half said that they use the sites to learn more about the candidates. The digital advertising company Social Vibe also did a study last year to determine just how much of an impact social media has on community discussions about the election. The study found that the Democratic Party jumped 14% between 2008 and now, but the Republican Party increased 25%. Enthusiastic use of social media is especially evident among young people. According to Buena Vista University Digital Media Associate Professor Andrea France, she says she's seen her students live tweet through debates, but France also said that social media platforms can have a negative side too, if people perpetuate half-truths or rumors and others retweet without checking the facts. How familiar are you with how the Electoral College works? The Founding Fathers established it in the Constitution as a compromise between election of the President by a vote in Congress and election of the President by a popular vote. It's a process Robert Morris University Associate Professor of Political Science Dr. Philip Harold said is an ingenious way to elect the President. According to the Federal Commission, each state is allocated a number of electors equal to the number of its U.S. senators, plus the number of its U.S. representatives. In most states, whichever presidential ticket gets the most popular votes in a state wins all of the Electoral College votes from that state. In order for a candidate to win the presidency, he needs a majority of 270 Electoral College votes out of the 538 that are available. The system is not without its controversies. A common argument in favor of the Electoral College is that it forces presidential candidates to pay more attention to less populated states they might otherwise ignore. Others argue that it's unfair because the winner of the popular vote might still lose the Electoral College vote and therefore lose the election, which has happened 4 times in U.S. history. Some members of the Robert Morris University Student Alliance for Equality are hoping the 2012 election will lead to the legalization of gay marriage. The 25-member club is favoring Barack Obama for another presidential term. Safe Club President Adriana Carbonara says this is her first year voting, and though she doesn't favor either candidate, she knows Obama will work towards same-sex marriage. According to a Pew Research survey, 47% of voters favor gay marriage, while 43% oppose it. That's a 30% increase from 2008. In another study by the Pew Research Group, 67% of Democrats say homosexuality should be accepted, compared with 40% of Republicans. The same source stated roughly half of Americans feel President Obama's support for gay marriage did not affect their opinion of the president.
Thank you, Chelsea, for that valuable information regarding this election. We have a couple breaking news stories here coming in. We have an update on the Pennsylvania Attorney General. Democrat Kathleen Kane is leading the vote with 66.4% and 487,464 overall votes. Additionally, as far as the presidential election is currently going, Barack Obama currently has 62% of the votes, while Romney has 37%. What do you think about the overall vote so far this evening, Patrick?
If you paid attention to the Gallup polls in the preceding weeks to the election, there's really no surprise. Gallup, like I just said, reported in the past couple of weeks that Romney would come away with the popular vote, but not the electoral vote. Most of the polls that most of the people have seen have predicted that Romney would get about 52% of the votes, popular votes, while Obama came away with 48. At the same time, like I said earlier, Obama is projected to win the electoral vote by a number of polling sources.
We have some more breaking news. We love this breaking news. This 9 o'clock hour, we have gotten word that swing states Iowa and Nevada polls will be closing soon, and we will have updates to follow along with this.
Coming up next, we'll check back in with Haley Sawyer at the social media desk, then see what all this honking was about on University Boulevard yesterday, and find out how it pertains to the election you're watching. Robert Morris University's live coverage of the 2012 presidential election, presented by SCJ. We'll be right back.